Hello again. Let me introduce you to the city of Salisbury in Wiltshire, and in particular to its early English Gothic cathedral that offers serenity and splendour to all visitors. Gaze up at Britain's tallest spire, explore the largest cathedral close and cloisters in the country, and see the oldest working mechanical clock and the best preserved copy of the 1215 Magna Carta, all in one beautiful place. This video owes a huge debt of gratitude to my brother and sister-in-law, both for their hospitality and their knowledge of the cathedral. John is a retired priest who is an acting chaplain to the cathedral, while Madeline is very active in the cathedral community. They were able to point out little gems in the cathedral that many of the visitors would have overlooked. Later on in this video, I will explain a small headstone let into the floor of the north aisle, which suggests that the child died 3 months before it was born. So if you enjoy English history, English church architecture, and children's choirs practicing their carols for Christmas, then this video is for you. Come on in. We enter the cathedral close on a bright sunny day in mid-December. The 80 acres of the close encloses the cathedral, open parkland, and over 100 listed properties dating from the 13th to the 20th centuries, many of which are worth a visit on their own right.
So that which was the old teacher training college has now been converted into flats.
But we are here to explore the cathedral, which was completed in 1258, 765 years ago. Preparations for the celebration of Christmas is well underway, with the tree, the crib, and choir practices all adding to the splendour of this house of God at this magical time of year. The Christmas carols provide a wonderful sound backdrop to our visit. One of the permanent features in this northwest corner is a small diorama of the construction of the cathedral. And beside the diorama, we find one of the world's oldest working mechanical clocks.
The principles are exactly the same as modern clocks. You need a source of power, you need something to regulate the intervals and so on. But it's a clock, but it has no face. Clock faces were only invented about 100 years after this clock was made, and so it has no face. But the meaning of clock, it's called a clock because it was designed to ring what the French call a cloche, a bell. And it was designed to tell people when to start services. And so we have our cloche or cock in Salisbury.
So where is the bell?
Well above the clock mechanism. But that's the same as you would find in a church tower.
This 10-foot wide sculpture is filled to the brim, where the water falls perfectly from 4 points into the bronze gratings let into the floor. The perfect surface reflects the vaulted roof of the nave. Sombre, fading, regimental colours lie beside memorials to 20th century civilian tragedies. The nave and transepts are constructed in contrasting shades of light grey Childmark stone and the dark polished Purbeck marble. Among the many effigies and monuments in the cathedral, one of the most colourful is that of the Mompesson family, who represented Salisbury in the Houses of Parliament at the end of the 17th and beginning of the 18th centuries. They also built one of the largest houses in the cathedral close. If you look at the two figures on this monument, you will see that the woman is lying at a higher level than the man. This is because she was of royal descent and he wasn't. Although this is the Seymour monument, the lady is not Jane Seymour, the third wife of Henry VIII, but Lady Catherine Grey, the sister of Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9-Day Queen. This bronze statue of a Madonna has an interesting history, having been found in the 18th century in the garden of one of the houses in the close where she'd been kept for safekeeping during the Puritan uprising. This glass engraving of the cathedral was done by a member of the artistic Whistler family. is in this north aisle that a curious memorial stone can be found let into the floor. The inscription reads, "The body of Thomas, the son of Thomas Lambert, gentleman, who was born on May the 13th, 1683, and died February the 19th in the same year." This may seem to be an engraver's error until one realises that in those days the new year began on March the 25th, which calculates his age at death as 9 months. Try working it out for yourselves. Salisbury has many claims to fame, not the least of which is the spire, which at 404 feet has been the tallest spire in the country since 1561. Peregrine falcons have been nesting in this spire since 2014 after an absence of nearly 50 years.
The cathedral is governed by the dean and chapter, and the chapter is a lot of individual canons, and each of them has a seat round the edge of the chapter house. And the acoustics of this building are wonderful, because if you sit on your seat at the edge, you can hear what everybody else is saying. If you lose it a bit and move into the middle, then all the sounds become scrambled. But round you, at a higher level, are all sorts of wonderful scenes from the Bible, and those are worth a study in themselves.
The octagonal chapter house houses one of the cathedral's greatest treasures, one of the 4 surviving copies of the Magna Carta of 1215 and the best preserved. And just when you think you've exhausted the number of records that this cathedral holds, you find the largest cloister of any building in the country. At the end of your tour, you will find welcome food and drink in the plumbery. This has nothing to do with bathrooms or cisterns, but is the name of the area where the stonemasons kept their supplies of lead to maintain the upkeep of this magnificent building.